The much awaited Sunday is here, and Sunday Money Motivate 2021. Dekte dekte aajke episode 13, and today we are extremely honored, glad and delighted because the man who is the fitness expert, যাকে দেখলেই মনে হবে আমার শরীরটা রোগা হয়ে গেল, ভালো হয়ে গেল, ঠিক হয়ে গেল, the fitness expert, the CEO, and what else can I say about Arthur Cardozo? I will not talk much. Karma Fitness Studio, thank you so very much, Arthur, for your time and for joining in today.
Thank you.
And today in this live interactive session, we have motivators and inspirers from not only India, but also আজকে আমরা পাচ্ছি বাংলাদেশের inspirer কেও. I will like to introduce our inspirers, and I would like to let's welcome Samiur first. Samiur has joined Dhaka.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Shomok. Hello, Shomok.
Hi.
Hi, Shumok.
Hi, thank you.
Deepika from Bombay. Shomok is from Calcutta.
Hi, Deepika.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Nandita has joined in from Delhi.
Hi, Nandita.
Arundhati, she is from Kolkata, and our
Hi, Arundhati.
the
Hi.
voice that set the city on fire, and the man Varun Kaushik Iyer
hi,
from
everyone.
Calcutta.
Hi, Varun.
Hi, Arthur. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So we have a bunch of inspirers, and also we have motivators. Because not everybody needs to pledge the extra kilos like the way we have. Now I would request all of y'all to take this opportunity to interact with Arthur. Arthur, over to you.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for the opportunity, Roopsha, to have this bunch of motivators who's going to take fitness to the next level. I hope in 2021 and beyond, because I don't see the vaccine as the ultimate cure. And there's going to be much more after the vaccine that's happening. It's all dependent on us, and we're going to have to take this forward based on our, on our habits, which is going to be the ultimate vaccine. I don't know how many of you actually agree with me, but it's our lifestyle that is going to be the ultimate vaccine for the future. Yeah.
Now that you're here, and I can see that you're at Karma Fitness Studio, যেখানে গেলে পরেই মনে হয় সবটা ঠিক হয়ে গেল.
Thank you.
I would request all of y'all to ask Arthur the relevant questions, কারণ অনেক সময় অনেকেই হয়তো ফিটনেস স্টুডিও বা জিমে যাচ্ছি বা যাচ্ছি না, তাই আজকে যখন সুযোগ পাচ্ছি, I would request y'all to take this opportunity and bombard Arthur with all the questions, because he is the answer to fitness.
Yeah, before you actually start, I've heard a lot in terms of each one of you losing a lot of weight. The point I'm trying to make here is that is not the end all of fitness, right? We know that very well. We need to keep our muscles intact on our body. I'm not saying for you to be muscular and big and bulky and all that, but our muscles are platinum to our bodies, and if we over a period of time, especially in our early 20s, when the graph is going down and we tend to lose muscle, then onwards, new muscle cells aren't being regenerated. So as you lose fat, try to retain the muscle on your body for as long as you can, because it's going to help you in the later years of your life. And as the pandemic has shown us, nothing better than basic strength. To be able to lift this cup to my lips, I need strength. To be able to go from point A to point B, I need strength. And my muscles are going to help me to get there, right? I can only talk at the age I am, which is 56. And I can only tell you, I live to inspire. And I do things to inspire the youth of today and everyone around me. And it begins with family and friends and all our clients at Karma and the general public on the whole. Yeah. So if there's any questions, please feel free to ask, including anything you need to know on smaller, issues of fitness and your body type and whatever else. Yeah, I'm open to your questions.
Okay, when you have to ask a question, just raise your hand so we know who is asking. Okay, আমি একটু Nandita Sengupta.
Yeah, Nandita.
Yeah, hi Arthur. Arthur,
Hi.
my question would be then going from what you said right now about building the
Yes.
stamina and building your muscles. I am also 49. I am mostly
Yes.
home because of the pandemic mostly, and I work from home as well. And now because of the numbers going up again, movement has again become restricted. So homebound.
Yes.
So what do you
Yes.
suggest for homebound people? What should they do every day to build stamina? What are your tips? What you would suggest?
Yeah. So I don't know whether how many of you have heard of the word NEAT, NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Okay, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, NEAT, which is the activity you do other than the workout window that you have in your day. Okay, the one thing that the pandemic has shown us all is that movement is the crux of our lives henceforth. So if you need a glass of water, please do not ask the maid. Get up and get it, is what I'm saying. If you need something and the store is just downstairs, don't depend on Swiggy. Yeah, lives have become so sedentary with Amazon Prime, Netflix, Swiggy, and Zomato that we have become dependent human beings, almost moronic in our views. We just do things like keyed up dolls every single day. We don't want to tweak anything. Okay, so let's look at life a little differently and keep movement as the crux of it all. Now, if you were working from home, which most of us are doing at this moment in time, I would ask you to kind of plan your day out. Okay, it doesn't have to be similar every single day, but yes, please remember that winners were made for those who've seen the sunrise. Okay, you know what I mean? So whether it be a Steve Jobs or a Richard Branson or whoever else, we've always seen the early dawn. Okay, so try to get a head start on your day. The idea is basically to get a head start on your day, whether you're working from home or you're hitting office. Please start getting up early, and there are certain aspects to this whole getting up early which I would like to put in place. That when we go to bed and we retire at night, most of us, the last thing we do is like we look at our phones. That's something I don't kind of recommend, because you know why. Okay, the blue light isn't really good for our sleep pattern. So put your phone away at least half an hour before bedtime, if not 45 minutes before bedtime. Put it away and keep it far from your head, from your body. Don't keep it close to your bedside table or whatever. Keep it away from you. You get a better, sounder sleep. The melatonin produced in our bodies, as we already know, as dusk falls, our bodies produce melatonin right through the day, and that helps our sleep patterns. If we are not going to use that melatonin, what would happen is that our hormonal balance gets disrupted. Okay, so we start spiking, let's say estrogen. When we spike estrogen, when estrogen spikes in our bodies, adipose is added on, so we put on weight. You understanding what I'm saying? So when we don't use the melatonin, the estrogen spikes and adipose is added on. So try to make sure you have a bedtime, because we're all supposed to sleep at night. That's why the sun goes down. Yeah, I know we are all very busy, but it's not like if you don't, we can just definitely plan our day to finish our work at a particular time. We don't always have to. There's not so much work in India with the present economic condition that will want us to work till 2 o'clock at night. Please, I don't agree with anybody who says, I have to work that late to finish, unless you're dealing with clients abroad. I do understand different time zones and stuff like that. But then too, we need to get our sleep in place. Our sleep being the main criteria of good health. Yeah. And after which comes your diet and your exercise, in that order, right? So I would say you definitely need a window where you kind of have this burst of exercise. Besides, having your NEAT in place. And if that kind of answers your question, Anandita, yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
have a question. So,
Yeah,
hi
Deepika.
Arthur, my name is
Yeah,
Deepika. Now,
yeah.
I actually was detected with, sugar somewhere around 2019. It's in the family, but I could keep it away for quite a long period. That was one of the reasons why I went on to losing weight and all that stuff. Now, currently the activity that I follow, since I consider myself as an athletic runner, so that's my body type that I have chosen to. Now I do 3 days a week of running, 2 days of strength building, and 1 day of yoga. Now my question is that this strength building exercises is something that I do at home because the gyms are not open, so nothing, the clubs are not open. So how do I, now I'm supposed to be enhancing or increasing my muscle strength. So for which I always believe that, the dumbbells are important, going to the gym was important. So how is it that I can still do that with whatever is available at home and still build on my strength and still build on my muscles?
Yeah. I deal with quite a few runners, marathoners included. I myself was a sprinter, a state level sprinter from Goa, so I run sprints. I would only say here, Deepika, that it is not just strength building, but conditioning those muscles. Okay, it's basically conditioning your body to help you pursue what you want to do in life, and not just running, but movement on a whole. So if you were to work without a gym, then there's so many, there's so much equipment available to us today. Besides the stuff that is available at home, a nice little kit bag packed with a lot of stuff, for a kind of weight that you can use. Let's say 10 kilos. Okay, let's say you take that kit bag, you hold it in front of you, and you can do your squats with it. A good level of front squats is possible if you hold it in front of you this way, or you hold it on your back, you can still do back squats. Okay, so I'm just talking about a decent kit bag that you can hold by the handles. I'm just talking about equipment which we in India call jugaad. Okay, so this is jugaad for a time when you're working from home, and you can actually look at weight bearing exercises. Besides, a whole lot of stuff is available online. These resistance bands are a boon for us today. All kinds of resistance bands, light, medium, heavy, and there are various exercises which I would like to show you that can be done with them. Right now, this may not be the actual platform to show you those exercises, but there are a whole lot of exercises that you can do with resistance bands. The plain resistance band. I'll just show you one. I think I have one here.
Yes, please, Arthur.
Yeah.
You're at Karma Fitness Studio, and that's where half of South Calcutta runs to stay fit.
Yeah. So as you see, this is a basic resistance band. Okay, it's a looped band. As you can see, you can attach it to your veranda grill, to the grill in your veranda, or to an immovable piece of furniture. And there are various exercises that you can do with this. As simple as this. Okay, believe me, a lot of results that you can actually achieve from using a band like this.
One more question, Arthur. This resistance bands I have seen in Decathlon Net, they have, I don't understand that actually, 25 kgs, 15 kgs, various weights. So what are these actually about?
So you ask for a light band, a medium band, and a heavy band. There are 3 varieties. Okay, light, medium, and heavy. And besides that, there are loop bands which you put around your knees. Small loop bands. Okay, so there are various kinds of bands. We can definitely talk about this on a personal level, and I'll be able to help you once you're there. So you can take my number from Roopsha, and I can advise whoever's you're buying it from to, you can get the correct bands that you need for your specific workout. Yeah. So there's various things we can do with these. This is just what I wanted to say. Yeah. So there's resistance bands. Besides resistance bands, I've already told you. There's the kit bag, and there's a whole lot of other stuff that we can actually use to, use resistance. Besides the regular body weight that we have, a basic squat, a basic push-up. So there's various things we can actually do. Even like when I travel, and my girls were young, I have 2 daughters. When the girls were young, I actually used them as weight to do my weight squats at a hill station, okay, where there was no gym. Yeah, so I actually held them up in my arms and did my weight squats. So if where there's a will, there's a way. I do feel we can do anything we want Just we need to feel comfortable with and find a way out. Yeah. So I think there are various ways that we can look at. I'm sure, each one of you has some kind of a kit bag or some way to think at home, maybe a little box that you can use or a child's school bag that you can use to actually for weight bearing exercise. Just remember that most weight bearing exercises, resistance exercises, will burn more fat for you than any other form of exercise. Weight bearing exercises burn fat for a longer duration than plain running or what you call cardio, because all this is also cardio. Even weight bearing exercises are cardio depending on the intensity of the exercise. Get what I'm saying? Anything that affects the cardiovascular system is cardio. So we have a wrong notion when we say cardio is only running, or cardio is only the elliptical, or cardio is only dancing and Zumba and all that. No, it's weight bearing exercises too. Okay.
Right. Thank you so much. I'll contact you separately. I'll take the number from.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hi Arthur. Good morning.
Hi.
So Arthur, my weight till some time back used to be around 76 to 77. Okay, and my height is 172 centimeters. So my BMI was 25, a little more than 25, which I considered was slightly on the higher side. So I made a determination, I made a point to reduce my weight to as much as possible to around 68 to 70. I thought 68 to 70 would be a sweet spot for my weight. So I started my journey. It's mostly during the lockdown that I started it. So I started with intermittent fasting. Okay, I've got some results. I reduced my weight by 4 to 5 kgs. But I want to ask a very technical question. How really safe is intermittent fasting? And am I doing it right or not? So you can ask me questions that how you're doing it. I can tell you what I'm doing. So I want to know the pros and cons of intermittent fasting and how to do it safely and effectively.
Right. Intermittent fasting depends entirely on your lifestyle pattern first. Okay. What are the demands in your daily life? Okay. For me, let's say, if I were to say to my, I want to do intermittent fasting, but I come to the gym and I have to lift very heavy weight. Okay. So it's not always possible for me not to be fueling my body. What is food? Food is basically fuel. Okay. The correct food is fuel to the body. And I need to fuel my body to lift. So depending on the demands in your day, I think intermittent fasting is a fantastic eating plan. It's not a diet, basically. If you take a page out of our Vedas, you will see our rishis and our maharishis were all into some form of eating just one meal a day. Even Sadhguru, as you know, has just one meal a day, okay, which we call OMAD. Okay, he eats at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's his only meal. This is the size of our stomachs. Okay, so please keep in mind, it's a lot to do with our neurotransmitters, which kind of look at food and get activated, and the enzymes start flowing, and we want to eat. So once we get into this intermittent pattern of eating, we kind of develop a way by which we can actually go into a calorie deficit stage. Am I making sense? Yeah. So we go into a calorie deficit. Yeah, we go into a calorie deficit stage. It just helps us to balance insulin as well as balance our hormones. Let me be very clear with you. There is scientific research that has shown that it balances insulin. So Deepika, this is important for you when you talk about diabetes. If you were looking at insulin balancing, intermittent is a way to go, as well as when you want to balance hormones. Yeah, so it actually helps our muscle tenacity in terms of helping our testosterone boosting. For males, we get a good testosterone boost out of intermittent fasting. Okay. Any further questions on that? Yeah. Yes. So I could go into a whole discussion on intermittent fasting with you. And I would like it to be a private discussion, so whereby I would like to understand your lifestyle, because that's very important. The demands on your lifestyle. It's not that it is something that you have to follow 7 days of the week. You can have a day off, is what I'm saying, because it's not like you would be putting yourself under any stress to follow any eating plan, because you have to make it sustainable.
Right.
So I do functional exercises 45 minutes a day for 3 days in a week, 3 to 4 days in a week with an app. So squats and all the stuff. Okay, and I do the remain and I do run for the remaining days of the week. So 6 days of the week I'm doing something or the other. But I just wanted to be sure that this is safe and this does not have any flip side. So I'll have a discussion with you separately on this. Thank you.
Yes, also to Deepika, who is also exercising and doing things as a. Are you a borderline diabetic, Deepika?
Yes. Currently,
So
in fact, I'm without medication and I'm off my sugars. So I
excellent.
do not have to take medication at all on sugars.
Ex- Excellent. Because anybody who is diabetic, normally what we prescribe is not very intense exercise. You know that, right? Not
Yeah.
intense. Why not intense? Because if I were, let's say, if I were diabetic and I exercise with very intensely, suddenly my muscles realize that, oh, this is what this guy is going to do. So what do? They throw the entire
Mhm.
sugar into the bloodstream. Yeah, they throw the sugar into the bloodstream, and immediately I get a stroke.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So this is what
Yes.
most people don't understand, and they need to understand. Most consultants and trainers, you don't put a diabetic or somebody who has a sugar history into very intense exercise. Light, sustainable exercise patterns, and something that you always being monitored. There's somebody to monitor you. So don't try to do everything alone. Please ask questions and don't be Google educated, because
No.
most of us are certified professionals. We pay for our education. I see so many Google educated people around who seem to think they know everything about exercise and eating patterns. I request you, I'm open to your discussion, and to any queries from you. Take my number from Roopsha. Anything you need, because you know what, besides being a chief a consultant on fitness, I'm also a motivator. So I feel free to talk to me anytime. Yeah.
It is amazing that we have we have you as a motivator and as a lead motivator, as I would say. Before Samir asks the question, let me introduce Amrita. Though she is an inspirer, but dekhe boja jabe na, mone hobe motivated, but she has pledged some kilos, which I have to
Hi,
figure
Arthur.
out
How are
somewhere.
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So she has joined in from Chandigarh. Chandigarh. So we have quite a few of us here. We are going to take this question from Samir, and after that, Amar had a request, Arthur, as you're at Karma and that resistant
Yes.
band that you showed us. If you
Yes.
get a few minutes, while I show a video, because I also want to share my journey, because all of you all are witness to the fact that 1st January was a big decision, and it was very difficult for me to finally come out open with it. কারণ অনেকেই আমাকে খেপিয়ে বলতো ও রূপসা তো 100 বাট আমি 100-র ওপরে চলে গেছিলাম, you know what I mean. So point is, this journey is difficult, but it is possible because all of us are doing it together. I'm very confident. So আমরা যদি কয়েকটা মিনিট তোমাকে দিই, can you show us the utility of that band, and you can show us a few of the equipments that we can buy, because we have BODYLINE Sports. We can pick up any equipments from there. We can go online. We can use Jugaad, as you said. But even if you have it, you don't probably do it right. Like I have a dumbbell set at home, but sometimes I don't know what to do with it. Do you all have the similar situation every year? So আমি একটা একটু বাদে দেখাবো. In the meantime, Arthur will just set himself up to show us a few things. But before that, Samir question to niye ni. Samir has joined us from Bangladesh, and that's a place যেখানে খাবার resist করা is so difficult. It has all the best food in the world at Dhaka. And while I'm talking, I'm thinking about the Tihari Samir and the chicken grill. Over to you, Samir. Bolo.
Hello, Arthur. How are you?
Hi, Samir.
So the basic problems that I face is, one of the things that Didi mentioned is food. It's very hard to resist. For me, being a food lover, I find it very difficult. And another thing is, from January, the time that we started the pledge, the journey, I started doing 2 jobs at a time. There's this school that I'm teaching in, and also at the same time I was doing serving as a customer service executive in a IT firm. Luckily, I left the two jobs, and now I'm doing one single job, and that has allowed me a lot of time. So for that period of time, for the 2 months, 3 months, I could not do anything because in the morning I had school, and then from 3 to 11:30, 12, I had another office, and this whole time I had to be in front of the laptop, and that's a lot of time sitting down, and you know how much effect it can be. um, Another problem that I have is I have an injury in my knee. In my left knee, I got injury while playing football a long time back, and then few years back while playing badminton, I hurt again myself, and since that, I can't put any pressure on my knee, not at all. It's like, let's say if this is my right leg, and this is my left foot. I can't rub it with a lot of strength. I just can't touch it. But if I put a lot of strength, it hurts my knee. And also for my back problem, there are many exercises that I can do that is very essential for reducing the belly fat, because I have a lot of belly fat, and that is my main concern. Because as you said, that building body is actually not everything. You need to have a flexible body and strength, muscle strength. That's what that matters. So what can I do? Because having so many issues, what can I do for myself so that I can improve myself in the future?
Okay, I would like to put this way. First of all, the one major thing is consumption, okay, which you can definitely reduce. See, one is being, all of you here Bengalis, right? Most of you here?
Yeah.
Most of you here? All Bengalis. Bangali. So I'm also a Bangali Jamai, okay? And I just want to put one thing here very clear. And she's Bangal, okay? So having said that, we tend to eat rice with rice, roti with roti in Bengal, okay? And Amra, we believe in one particular word, bharpet, okay? Now, bharpet is something that I don't recommend, okay? You must have read the book Ikigai, where you read about the island of Okinawa, and how these Japanese also who eat rice actually eat only 80% of their capacity. So the stomach is filled only up to 80%, and they live the most enjoyable, fulfilling lives, successful lives, by maintaining this kind of a eating plan. 80% of the stomach is filled, not more. Keep this one factor in mind. It really, really helps. It will help you in, kind of your entire life. It's a lifestyle tweak. Okay. There are various other biohacks which I will share after Roopsha has shown her, the video that she's going to show us. But after that, I will share with you a few biohacks that you can use in this, what we are really calling the new normal. I don't believe anything is new here. It is the way the progression of life is taking us. So there are a few biohacks that we can use to kind of counter these issues which you are facing, and also the issues that we are encountering in terms of threat. As you can see, every single day is uncertain right now. We get up and we are not sure what, where, why, and why we are doing it. Am I making sense? We are all nodding to a lot of facts without knowing the consequences, if I may say. Okay, so I will share with you a few biohacks after Roopsha is done with her video. Does that make sense, Roopsha? Is that good? We can't hear you, Roopsha. Your audio is off, I think. Roopsha, your audio is off.
So while I'm showing the video, y'all please be on the stream. Kintu tomra mane chole jeo na, because this video is something which I want to share and is important. And after that, we are going to have Arthur show us everything, and Jara Proshno Koreni. And even if you want to ask some more questions, okay. So I'm just playing the video, but please don't go anywhere. You can take this little break to kind of do a little Sunday work at home, but just be online. even though we are far away, somebody is in some other part of the world, but we are together because we are motivated and we will make it big and proper this time.
প্রমিস নিয়েছিলাম ইংরেজি নববর্ষে যে এই বছর 2021-এ কমাবো আমি 21 কিলোস 21 কিলোস ইজ দ্য প্লেজ তাই মোটিভেট 2021 সম্ভবই হতো না এই ইন্সপিরেশন এই মোটিভেশন উইদাউট অ্যাপোলো গ্লেনিগলস হসপিটাল আমার জীবনে একটা বিশাল কন্ট্রিবিউশন রয়েছে এই হসপিটালে বিকজ একটি আড্ডার মারফত যখন ডাক্তারদের সাথে কথা বলার সুযোগ হলো নিজের হেলথটাকে কিভাবে বেটার রাখা যায় গত বছরের কথা বলছি প্যান্ডেমিকের সময় তখন এতজন ডক্টর যখন একই কথা বারংবার বললেন যে ওবেসিটি ইজ দি প্রবলেম ওবেসিটি ইজ আ বিগ ইস্যু তখন মনে হলো সত্যি তো আমাকে কনসিয়াস হতে হবে আর তাই আমি ধন্যবাদ জানাই অ্যাপোলো গ্লেনিগলস হসপিটাল কলকাতাকে ফর মেকিং মোটিভেট 2021 দিস জার্নি দ্য ওয়ে ইট ইজ টুডে যেখানে আমরা প্রায় দেখতে দেখতে কয়েকশো মানুষ একসাথে পৃথিবীর নানা প্রান্তে দেশে বিদেশে যে যেখানে রয়েছি উই আর ইন্সপায়ারিং ইচ আদার মোটিভেটিং ইচ আদার অ্যান্ড অ্যাট দি এন্ড অ্যাজ আ কমিউনিটি আমরা 2021 কিলো কমাবো এই জার্নিতে আমার সঙ্গে যারা রয়েছেন সঙ্গে থাকুন অ্যান্ড লেটস মেক দিস বাংলা নববর্ষ ইকুয়ালি ওয়ান্ডারফুল বেটার অ্যান্ড বেটার
Another month passed, so 4 সপ্তাহ আমাদের কেটে গেছে. So how is your dietary habit now?
Dietary habit মানে of course conscious.
Very good.
Conscious like I'm trying কিন্তু সবসময় যে সব মেনটেন করে উঠতে পারছি তা না.
That's natural.
আর এক্সারসাইজটা এভরিডে মানে অ্যাটলিস্ট 5 days a week করার ইচ্ছে বাট সেটাও আমার হয়ে উঠছে না. বাট আই এম ডেফিনেটলি ট্রাইং আর আমি definitely
last time result was very encouraging. You lost few kilogram, which is very desirable and very appropriate. Not much, not less. So এখন আমরা একটু ওজনটা করে নিই.
Right.
রূপসা ওজন তো নেওয়া হলো 1 কেজি কমেছে 4 সপ্তাহে যেটা গুড কিন্তু ক্যান বি বেটার তো যেটা আমাদের টার্গেট ওয়েট যেটা ছিল 2 to 3 কিলোগ্রাম পার মান্থ পার 4 উইকস তো সেটা একটু ডেভিয়েট করেছে কিন্তু লাস্ট কাপল অফ মান্থস ইউ পারফর্ম ভেরি ওয়েল হাউ ডু ইউ ফিল অ্যাবাউট ইট
আই ফিল ভেরি ব্যাড ডক্টর আমার খুব খারাপ লাগছে মানে আমি ভেবেছিলাম যে আমার একটা নিজের টার্গেট ছিল যেটা ইউ সেড 2 থেকে 3 কিলো কিন্তু এই ব্যাপারটার জন্য না মানে আমি নিজে রেসপন্সিবল কারণ আমি একটু খেয়ে ফেলি আর রিডিউস করি না যদি আমার মনে হয় নেক্সট মান্থ when I come I will definitely come with a better result কারণ আমি জাস্ট জিম করা শুরু করলাম এতদিন অব্দি এত মাস আমি সপ্তাহে 2 দিন চেষ্টা করছিলাম একটু এক্সারসাইজ করতে সেটা সপ্তাহে 1 দিন হয়ে যাচ্ছিল বাট এখন যেহেতু আমি জিমটাকে ইনক্লুড করেছি আমার মনে হয় আমি ওটাকে হয়তো কন্টিনিউ যদি করতে পারি কারণ একটা দল বানিয়েছি আমাদের ইন্সপায়ারার্স যারা কলকাতায় থাকে আমরা চেষ্টা করছি অ্যাটলিস্ট 2-3 করেও যদি একটা টাইম ফিক্স করে আমরা যেতে পারি
ইউ রেকগনাইজ যে কোন জায়গাগুলো ইমপ্রুভ করা সম্ভব
দোলে প্রচুর খেয়েছি ডক্টর দোলে গ্রেট ফুড মানে আমি আমার সোশ্যাল মিডিয়াতে সিন মাই পিকচার্স আমি দোলে প্রচুর একটা টেবিল ছিল যেখানে খাবার সমুদ্র ছিল কারণ এটা পটলাক ছিল সব বন্ধু বান্ধবরা যারা ভালো রাঁধে থাকে তারা সব রান্না বান্না নিয়ে এসেছিল যেহেতু আমি খেতে ভালোবাসি আর লোকজনও আমাকে তখন কি করে রান্না বান্না করলে একটু আমাকে একটু খাবার পাঠায় বা আমাকে মনে করে কিছু ডেকে দেয় সো আমিও চলে যাই আমিও খাই এটাই হয় আমার জীবনে
গুড ইউ গট প্লেন্টি অফ লাভ দ্যাটস গুড ভেরি গুড এরিয়া যে জায়গাটা আমরা একটু শিফট করেছি যে আমাদের ফুড পোর্শন ফুড টাইপস সেইগুলো নিয়ে ডেফিনেটলি ইউ রেকগনাইজ দ্যাট আই এম গ্ল্যাড তো সেটা ফিক্স করতে হবে অফকোর্স আর এক্সারসাইজ 5 days a week যেটা আমরা আগে বলেছি 5 days a week অ্যাটলিস্ট হাফ এন আওয়ার টু 45 minutes আমি যাই করি আমি ফ্রি হ্যান্ড এক্সারসাইজ করতে পারি আমি ট্রেডমিল করতে পারি আমি জুম্বা করতে পারি আমি জিম করতে পারি তো সেটা নিয়ে অসুবিধা কিছু কিন্তু যে কোনো একটা কিছু করতে হবে ফর 5 days a week
সামনেই তো নববর্ষ ফিলিং হচ্ছে আমার আর প্রচুর খাওয়া দাওয়ার গল্প থাকবে সো হোয়াট ডু আই ডু টু স্টপ মাই সেলফ বাট স্টিল রিডিউস মানে কি করব So this I think is a very pertinent question that festival আসলেই আমাদের যে যা করতে সেদিনটা পুরো হটপট হয়ে যায় So I got the answer. I will play a little 3 minutes video, and once I'm back, we will have Arthur going with the live fitness interactive session.
নববর্ষ আসছে এই বৃহস্পতিবার আমাদের পয়লা বৈশাখ। শুভ নববর্ষ টু অল আওয়ার ভিউয়ার্স। আমাদের নববর্ষ বা যে কোনো অনুষ্ঠানের কথাই আমরা বলি না কেন, সেখানে আমাদের কিভাবে নিজেদের রেস্ট্রেন করব, কি খাওয়া দাওয়া করব, সেটা আমাদের কাছে বড় কোয়েশ্চেন। সেটা আমার কাছেও পার্সোনালি, আমিও এটা নিয়ে ডিনাই করতে পারি না। আমি যেটা আগেও বলেছি, উইল পাওয়ার আমাদের রাখতেই হবে। হ্যাঁ, হয়তো একদিনের জন্য আমাদের কিছুটা হলেও শিথিল করতে হবে, কিন্তু আমাদের সেটাকে মেক আপ করতে হবে। যে আমি একদম খাবো না বললেও যেমন এনজয় করা যায় না, আবার সমস্ত ফুল প্ল্যাটার খাবো সেটাও যাতে না করতে হয়। যে যেইটুকুনি আমার মনে হয়েছে যে আই উইল এনজয়, সেইটুকুনি নিলাম এবং একটু ক্যালোরির দিকটাও খেয়াল রাখলাম। আর হচ্ছে যে একটু বেশি করে এক্সারসাইজ করবো। এটা ছাড়া সিম্পল সলিউশন তো হয় না। আমাকে আবার 3টে পিলার, একটা হচ্ছে ফুড কন্টেন্ট, সেইটাকে আমাকে দেখতে হবে। আমি শুধু নববর্ষের দিনের কথা বলছি না, মানে তার আগে পেছনে স্বাভাবিকভাবে আমাদের লাইফ লং প্ল্যানিং। এটা ফুড কন্টেন্টটাকে খেয়াল রাখতে হবে। ফুড অ্যামাউন্ট, পোর্শন সাইজ একটু রিডিউস করতে হবে। আর ডেইলি এক্সারসাইজ। আমার শুনে ভালো লাগছে যে তুমি জিম জয়েন করছো, তো ওটা একটু
করে গেছি, যাওয়া শুরু করে দিয়েছি।
ভেরি গুড। তো ওটা একটু মোর ইন্টেন্সিফাইড কোর বিল্ডিং এক্সারসাইজ, তাতে আমাদের ক্যালোরি এক্সপেন্ডিচারটা একটু বেটার হয়। অ্যাজ লং অ্যাজ ইউর বডি টলারেটস দ্যাট উইল বি আইডিয়াল। সিরিয়াসলি দ্যাট উইল বি আইডিয়াল। আমি মোর অর লেস কনফিডেন্ট যে এই পেডিকেমেন্ট যেটা তোমার আছে বা হচ্ছিল এই ফেস্টিভ পিরিয়ডটাতে, ইউ উইল ওভারকাম দিস। মোটিভেট 2021 ফেসবুক পেজে দেখতে পাচ্ছি এতজন জয়েন করেছে, এবং আই এম হ্যাপি টু সি দেম। এভরিবডি ইজ পোস্টিং দেয়ার ডেইলি স্টোরিজ, দেয়ার অ্যাক্টিভিটিজ, দেয়ার ফুড। ইটস ভেরি এনকারেজিং টু অল অফ আস।
Thank you, Doctor, for all the motivation. Motivate 2021 এর লিড মোটিভেটর একজন ডক্টর সুমন্ত দত্ত। এবং এই যে ব্যারিয়াট্রিক সার্জারি, এটা নিয়ে তো ডেফিনেটলি আমার মনে হয় যে আমার অনেকগুলো প্রশ্ন জমে আছে মনে মনে, কারণ অনেকগুলো বন্ধুদের আমি দেখছি যে দে আর গোয়িং থ্রু আ লট অফ ডিফিকাল্টি টু লুজ ওয়েট, এন্ড আই নো দ্যাট সঙ্গে যখন ইউ আর দেয়ার সেই সলিউশনটা তারা পাবেই। তাই আমার একটা আবেদন যে আজকে অল্প কথা হলো, কিন্তু সামনের রবিবার দিন 18 তারিখ যদি আমরা একটা আড্ডা মারতে পারি তাহলে পরে খুব ভালো লাগবে। and I would want to know, like everybody would want to know more about your bariatric surgery.
ডায়েট এন্ড এক্সারসাইজ করে ওজন কমাতে পারলে তো খুবই ভালো, কিন্তু কিছু জন তো থাকবেই যাদের পক্ষে পুরোটা কমানো বা কিছুটা গোল অ্যাচিভ করা হয়তো সম্ভব হচ্ছে না। সেখানে আমাদের রোল অফ সার্জারি অর ইন্টারভেনশন আসে। সেইটা কেন, কোথায়, কিভাবে করতে হবে, বা কার কার ক্ষেত্রে সেটা বেনিফিশিয়াল হবে এবং কার কার ক্ষেত্রে সেটা বেনিফিশিয়াল হবে না, সেই জিনিসটা আমাদের কাছে একটা সাইন্টিফিক অ্যাপ্রোচ। আমি নিশ্চয়ই সেটা নিয়ে ডিসকাস করবো, এন্ড আই থিঙ্ক দ্যাট উইল বি ভেরি ইনফরমেটিভ ডিসকাশন। সেগুলো হয়তো নেসেসারি, তো আমি ডেফিনেটলি সেটা নিয়ে ডিসকাস করবো।
রাইট ডক্টর, তাহলে নেক্সট সানডে কথা হচ্ছে। অ্যান্ড আজকে এই যে you mentioned about physical fitness and importance of exercises, তাই আজকে আমাদের সাথে ফিটনেস একজন গুরু যাকে বলতে পারি, ফিটনেস এক্সপার্ট, তার সাথে বরঞ্চ একটা আড্ডা হয়ে যাবে। Is that okay?
Good, very good. I'm excited.
So am I.
So the fitness guru and the fitness expert who is going to ensure that we do it through diet exercises, because সার্জারি শব্দটা শুনলেই তো ভেতরটা পুরো হা হা করে ওঠে। Though we all have friends in our lives who have gone through the process of, a lot of, but no more, talk from my end. Over to Arthur and all of you.
Yeah. So before I actually demonstrate any exercises, I just kind of hit on a few biohacks that you can use in your daily life. Okay. You know what is biohacking? Yeah. You want to ask a question? Yeah, please. You put up your hand. Lily?
No, that's Amrita. Trying to.
Okay. So biohacking is a way by which we can actually work and counter the ever-evolving situation that we are encountering on a daily basis. Okay. Now, I would want to say here that some of us, we can actually take a lot from our heritage. As Indians, we have a lot to actually take from our heritage, which is our Vedas and everything else. If I may just mention here that all of you know of the raw form of turmeric, kacha holud. Kacha holud? Anybody who does not know what is kacha holud? Raw turmeric, not the dried one, the raw turmeric, 1 inch piece of raw turmeric every morning on an empty stomach. If I may ask you to take or chew a piece of raw turmeric, okay, with a 1/2 inch piece of ginger, okay. Why ginger? Because ginger has been scientifically proven to take care of inflammation. And in many cases, you know, your body is not actually fat. It's bloated. It is bloated. So there are days you look fat and there are days you look thin, okay? Some of you also have an issue where you're encountering water retention. Yeah, you work long hours, you touch your, you press on your calves, you find that there's an indented thing because of water retention. So I may ask you to also reduce the amount of salt in your diet. Okay, so reduce the amount of sodium in your diet until and unless you are suffering from hypothyroidism. Okay, so if you are a hypothyroidism patient, then of course you need that much iodine in the salt. Yeah, so iodine and stuff which comes with our salt. So I would not then say for you to reduce salt, but in most cases I'd say reduce the sodium in our diet and start your day maybe for the entire family. If you can cut, this little turmeric pieces into 1 inch pieces, and the whole family can actually, right from the bed, you go straight to the bowl of turmeric, put it in your mouth, chew it, because you need to do it on a stale mouth. Okay, stale mouth is very essential to have this with, not a toothpaste brushed mouth. So a stale mouth. So you put in this 1 inch piece of turmeric in your mouth along with this little piece of ginger. Yeah, and for those of you who don't like the taste of this, you can have it with a little bit of jaggery, very little bit of jaggery or honey. Any queries on that, to why we are doing this?
No, I'll just wrap what you said. So you're saying bashi mukhe, mane brush na kore, কাঁচা হলুদ তার সাথে আদার একটা 1 ইঞ্চ কাঁচা হলুদ, একটু আদা, আর যাদের খুব অসুবিধা হবে খেতে অল্প একটু গুড় বা মধু. So of course I think we would want to know মানে এটা কেন?
Okay, so let's just put it this way, very logically, for the layman. If I were to take haldi and put it on my hands on a daily basis, what would happen to my hands?
Yellow. It'll turn yellow.
It'll be coated yellow. Am I right? So the same thing, if I were to consume 365 days of the year, okay, what would happen to right from my esophagus down to my small and large intestine? What would happen? There would be a coating, right? Which I'm trying to get at. Okay, so why am I doing this? To create a situation of an antiseptic situation. What is turmeric, basically? It's a well-proven antiseptic, okay? We are all going after things, running for the vaccine, running for this, running for antibiotics. But when we have it right there in front of our eyes, we are not using the basic turmeric, okay? So turmeric, along with a bit of ginger, I would request you after this, today onwards, let's make this small little tweak in our lives where we're going to have it, and charity begins at home with the family. So everybody in the family would also have it. Yeah, it's not very tasty to have first thing in the morning, but make it a habit and it will become easier. Yeah, once we are accustomed to having it every day, it would be easier. Yeah, so we are having this basically to create that situation where we're trying to create an alkaline situation with the turmeric in our bodies, along with the ginger, which you're going to have for inflammation and bloat. A lot of us feel a lot of gastric bloat. How many of you actually feel that bloat? You feel like bloated on certain days, yeah? Yeah, so we're going to have ginger for that. Yes.
Okay.
And
no, bloated. Yeah,
so any queries on that, on these two things before I move on to something else?
No.
No, I think we would have some questions which Varun, Amrita, if you all have any specific question, বা বাকিরা যারা রয়েছো একটু জিজ্ঞেস করে নাও, then we would ask him to show the things that we can do.
So I have been having this turmeric, ginger, and akhir gur for the last 4-5 years, and this was also told to me. Arthur, you had also mentioned this earlier, and আমার ভীষণ হাঁটুতে ব্যথা হয়। আমি এটা খাওয়ার পরে কিন্তু আমার হাঁটুর ব্যথাটা অনেক কমে গেছে। I'm sure the কাঁচা হলুদ helps in ব্যথা বেদনা and all of that. So, and this really helps. Initially একটু খেতে হয়তো সবাইকার বিচ্ছিরি লাগবে, কিন্তু আখের গুড় দিয়ে খাওয়া যায়।
মনের ব্যথা কমবে, মনের ব্যথা
সেটার জন্য অন্য কিছু খেতে হবে সন্ধ্যাবেলা।
No, actually, yeah, having said that, you see, the moment we have our health issues sorted out, a lot of our stress is taken care of. We are better performers, okay, at the workplace, at home, and in whatever else we do. Okay, having said that, we've all heard of the word free radicals in our body. Okay, what are free radicals causing? They're causing various forms of diseases, right? So what do we do to kind of counter these free radicals? We take antioxidants. Yeah, what are the antioxidants? The one antioxidant known to man, which is right up there on the scale of things, is moringa. How many of you know of moringa? Just put up your hands. Moringa. Moringa? No? Shojne data. You know shojne data? Drumstick. Okay? Now, moringa is available to you as a powder online, organic powder online. You can buy it online on Amazon or wherever else. And a tablespoon of moringa mixed in a half glass of water after you've had your haldi and your ginger is going to work wonders for you, because the antioxidant level of moringa is up there. Like I said, there's nothing, no more better superfood known to man than this. Of course, the Westerner will argue about strawberries, and you will be thinking about avocado, and you'll be thinking about having your broccoli and all that. But you see, let's look at what we have in our country available to us. Okay, let us be a little Indian first before we become so westernized. Yeah, we can still wear our frayed Levi's, but we don't always have to imitate the West in every aspect. Let's take out certain things that we can actually use, which is available in our system. Yeah, and moringa being one of them. You can write it down: MORINGA. Moringa, a superfood which you can start as a habit, and you will start seeing the difference. It also alkalizes our body. Okay, the search is to alkalize, and this is one thing that does that. Okay, any questions on moringa? No? Okay. Two more biohacks that I'd like to share. So the thing about stress, how many of us here are actually doing very stressful jobs? You can put up your hands. All of us, yes, most of us are in very stressful situations, whether it be our jobs, or it be our personal lives, or it be the uncertainty of life as it unfolds right now in the times we are living. Okay, I'm going to ask you to help yourself with one thing, and that's called block breathing or breathology, where we're looking at, if you just follow me, okay, put your hands on your thighs, okay, as you sit. Yeah, your hands on your thighs, relax your shoulders. Yeah, relax your shoulders, and just close your eyes for a moment. Okay, shut your eyes and take in a breath for a count of 20. Let's say a count of 20. Very slowly. Can you take in a breath for a count of 20? Yeah. Okay. Hold it for a count of 10. Hold that breath for a count of 10. And then release again for a count of 20. Okay. Now, the way I would like you to do this is put the tongue onto the bridge of your mouth, So stick your tongue onto the bridge of your mouth, okay? And you'll do it through your teeth. So the exhalation will happen through your teeth. You'll breathe in through your nose for a count of 20. Let's go. Hold for a count of 10. And breathe out for a count of 20 again. What is this actually doing? If you see most elite athletes, we tend to increase the diaphragm of our lung, of our rib, this entire diaphragm of the aspect of breathing in. Okay, so we kind of go this way. Okay, so the idea is basically to increase the diaphragm, so the volume of air taken in is more. So what's happening with the whole thing of this pandemic is that we don't have the lung capacity to dispel the gunk that is being collected inside. Okay, so that's why the doctors put us on ventilators, which is sad, because our lungs do not have the strength to dispel the gunk. That's why we go into a stage of the ARS stage of COVID, which is not a good stage. So I'm asking you to build the capacity and build the strength of your lungs, because honestly, most of the time, many of us, even now as we talk, we are not breathing. We need to do belly breathing. We do not need to do any, chest breathing. We shouldn't do chest breathing. We should breathe from our belly. So let's go. Inflate your belly like a balloon.
It's already like a balloon.
Yeah. No, so inflate it like a balloon, okay? So don't be conscious about how you look doing that, because you need to take in that entire volume of air and release it slowly, take out all the stale air very slowly. So that's why the count, this is called block breathing, okay? Just remember, it's called block breathing. It's going to help you de-stress in a very, very conscious way. So please practice this. Breathe at all times, whether it be an interview, whether it be meeting your children's teachers, or you're in this nervous situation. Please breathe. Nobody can take that away from you. That is your birthright, breathing. Okay. And also, when you want to de-stress, many of you have different genres of music you like to listen to. So put on that. Tune out anything that is stressing you. Try to tune out. How many of you have practiced tuning out? Yeah, tune out or move away from things that stress you or bring you down. As a life coach, this is one major thing I follow, and you need that selfish time for yourself to, de-stress, to take away from everything else that's happening in your life. You need that time. So please learn to move away from things that are bringing you down. How many of you suffer from sleep disorders here? Sleep disorders.
Sometimes.
And the lockdown is, and the lockdown has actually added to it. Okay. Now, as a biohacker, and I practice this on myself, I believe, and a lot of people like Ben Greenfield and stuff like that, if you hear their lectures, they will tell you, or Kotler for that matter, this infrared light, or even a light bulb that's red in the room, put a light bulb that is red in your room and try to sleep with a light bulb that is red. You cannot imagine the kind of sleep quality that it will bring about. It improves your sleep quality. Just try this out. It's a small basic biohack, but it will go a long way in improving your sleeping pattern. A small red bulb, a night bulb that is red, okay, or an infrared bulb, which is really going to help you sleep better. Yeah. So any questions on that? I'm sure we can always incorporate a small little light bulb and reduce the amount of white light at home. White light, blue light, very bright light, especially before sleeping hours. We need to tone down. We need to tune down to more soothing things before we go to bed. Okay, and definitely sleep only, at least 2 hours after you've had a meal. And I know most of you probably have very late meals, which is not the thing to do. You need to start eating earlier. In our Indian system, we don't have that. We need to look at eating earlier, and then sleeping 2 hours after the meal, which is a great thing to do. Okay? So just keep that pattern in mind. The other thing is, most of us, even in winter, we love our warm water showers. How many of you have warm water showers, hot water showers in winter? Okay, I'm going to ask you to try ice cold. Ice cold showers. On the
Life
nape
is
of
so
your
icy,
neck.
otherwise we need the warmth.
Yeah, okay. On the nape of your neck, you can start with a warm water shower. Take off all, put the soap on and whatever else you finish, your shampoo and all done. And then your last rinse can be ice cold. Get what I'm saying? And you can have it on the nape of your neck, right here. And why is that necessary? Right on the nape of the neck? Because this is the region which has all our neurotransmitters going to the brain. Okay? So it actually governs the entire function of our bodies. And you believe it or not, you're not only going to shed weight, you're also going to be a sharper person. Thinking, your cognitive skills are going to be enhanced to a very large extent if you do this. Today, cryotherapy, which is ice bath, is a huge thing in the world. And I'm only asking you to try and follow these ice baths. Ice baths actually enhance the weight. And you don't have to do it for too long. Just a minute or 2 minutes to 3 minutes maximum. Okay? It's not going to be very comfortable initially, but what would happen to the body? The body automatically counters that and gets warmer. The moment you put cold on the body attacks it with becoming warmer. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is how I would ask you to, evolve and change life as you go forward. Yeah. Any questions?
Any question? Varun, Arundhati, একটা question ashini তোমাদের থেকে. I'm sure you have some questions. Please, Arundhati. She has never remained so quiet.
Yeah, that I know. Acha, my main question is I'm a diabetic, I'm a hypertensive, I have lots of ailments, knee is bad. আগে সুইমিং করতাম, সুইমিং has closed down. তো এখন যেটা হচ্ছে when I'm shedding those weight, অন্য upper portion, lower portion তো কমছে, কিন্তু belly fat তো রয়ে যাচ্ছে. Muscle has hang because I had 2 C-sections. So now the problem is I cannot do too much intensive cardio কারণ কি হাঁটুতে ব্যথা হয়ে যাচ্ছে. So and the pattern that I follow usually is I do it in the morning. কারণ কি আমার afternoon থেকে I start my calls, my jobs are usually aligned to US. Okay, তো এই যে non exercise thermogenesis যেটা বলছেন সেটা I'm doing in the morning, মানে feeding the people, going about, কাপড় জামা শুকোতে দেওয়া সবই হচ্ছে. কিন্তু after 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock that I'm sitting, it's totally sedentary. And when I'm getting up, I'm getting huge pains in my body. সকালে when I'm moving about, exercising, I'm having nothing. কিন্তু বিকেলে যখন উঠছি তখন মনে হচ্ছে একটা রোবট ভেঙে ভেঙে উঠছে, মানে হাত পা ভেঙে যাচ্ছে, পায়ে মনে হচ্ছে ক্র্যাম্প ধরে যাচ্ছে, ওরকম হচ্ছে. So what I'm asking is, and see, I see a lot of stuff on net, but I do not follow them always. That Roopsha also knows, means I'm not very Google educated. I don't believe in that. So এই যে অনেক এক্সারসাইজেস গুলো যে দেখি যেগুলোকে রেপস করতে বলে, but I want a suggestion is something which I can do probably in lower reps, কারণ কি আমি হাই রেপস আর যেতে পারবো না, সকালে করেই I am getting very tired. তো ধরুন 1 ঘন্টা একবার I can do something to just mobilize my body so that I don't get bombarded with those pains throughout the day. So
yes, ma'am, if I may ask, if you don't mind, would you share your age with us?
I'll be 40 in July.
We are all turning 40 this year. And after we have a similar kind of question, Rahul's wife has delivered. So he has asked a question about the freehand exercise after C-section delivery. So that's what Arundhati also mentioned, that after 2 babies. So over to you.
So Arundhati, as you already know, you are on medication, right? You are on medication. Having said that, you are on statins. The medication you're using for sugar are statins. Okay. Now, what happens to statins and to the individual when we use statins as medication? Our muscles degenerate, and we are unable to add hypertrophy to those muscles. Get what I'm saying? So we are unable to add muscle. Muscles deplete very fast when we are having statins because they are unable to utilize the benefits of resistance exercise to grow. You get what I'm saying? So yet we have to keep using resistance exercises and certain conditioning to keep it at a steady growth rate, so that we don't lose and we don't go into a state of atrophy. The reason why you feel fatigued is because there is muscle loss and there's not enough oxidation happening in the process. Okay, so you are fatigued. With a little sitting down, you feel all kinds of pains and aches. Also, Arundhati, if I may say, without even knowing, I can tell you, you're the kind of person who sits with one leg tucked under you. You don't hang both.
I used to do that, but I've learned from it because I had very less vitamin D at one point of time. And vitamin D deficiency will hit you between your knees and calves. So I don't do that anymore. Consciously, I've stopped doing.
Excellent. So when you sit on a chair, ensure that you're as straight as possible and your legs are on the floor. Please stop bed sitting and doing work from home. Please stop sitting on the sofa with one leg tucked under you and doing work from home. That is not the way we work from home. We please keep our legs on the floor. If you need to get up for a while, please get up. I would advise you every half an hour to actually get up and take a stroll in the house, go and have a glass of water, probably just go out and get some sun and come back. The idea is, like you very clearly said, for sugar, vitamin D has been proven not only for sugar, but various other aspects, even the pandemic. We've seen that vitamin D is one vitamin which is almost hormonal in nature. Hormonal. It actually balances a lot of things in our bodies. Okay, so let's look at vitamin D as almost godsend. So whether it be getting it from the sun, and some of us will just have to supplement it. Okay, so I don't see anything wrong with supplementing it or buying it from the chemist, and or speaking to your doctor and finding out whether you need a vitamin D supplement. It's a very important aspect because most of us are having milk and having the calcium and having the phosphorus, but we forget that without vitamin D, none of this is getting absorbed into our bones. Without vitamin D, calcium and phosphorus is not getting absorbed into your bones. So please keep this aspect in mind. Yeah. So we need to keep this aspect in mind. Please get a test if required for vitamin D. Find out whether you're deficient and accordingly act. Okay. Because it's not only going to help your condition of diabetes, but I'm not saying it's going to balance insulin immediately, but it has proven scientifically to balance insulin a lot if your vitamin D is at an optimum level. Yeah. Yes. Anyone else? Yeah, Varun?
Yeah. Regarding the ice bath thing you were saying, so I am a football referee also, professional football referee. So I've seen a lot of football teams after their practice or after their matches jumping into those ice buckets or those tubs.
Yes.
So I think it gets the muscles ready and they recover quickly rather than like
big time. Because if you look and you're a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, then you'll understand exactly why this guy looks the way he does. He looks like $1 million, right? Yeah, he looks like $1 million. A lot of women go weak in the legs just looking at Cristiano. But the point is, this guy follows a very, very stable pattern of fitness. Okay, nothing happens without effort. Let me tell you, all those Bollywood stars and the Hollywood stars, whether it be Rock or anybody there who you think has a great physique, a John Abraham or a Deepika or whoever else you think, these people put in a lot of work. A lot of work goes into the whole aspect. So don't think anything comes easy. It doesn't come easy. And please try to understand this one word, adversity. Put yourself into adversity. Adversity is going to change the way you will look at life in the future. So when I say that, so if you had None of us like to squat. I would say squat. Put yourself under adversity, squat. Okay?
That's what your t-shirt says.
That's what you're saying, yeah, shut up and squat.
Shut up and squat.
So the idea basically is putting yourself into adversity. Tomorrow, if there is something that you have to carry on your back, have you been to Darjeeling? How many of you have been to Darjeeling? Yeah? Have you seen the porters that carry stuff on their head here? Big loads on their back, and they're climbing up a steep slope. Now, that's adversity. It changes the way you have to function. Tomorrow, there could be an earthquake. You'll need to run with all your belongings. Are you ready? I'm just asking you. Everything about exercise, fitness, and health is about movement in everyday life. Tomorrow, if there's an adverse situation, are we ready? Or are we going to say, nah, body's paining, I'm feeling fatigued, I let the house come down on me? We can't afford that. We can't afford that.
You're a Jamai of Bengal. Please speak Ektu Bangla hok. Ektu hok.
My Bengali, if you hear it, it would be atrocious, but I'll try. Okay? So, Amra, Onekbar, we fall into this whole lethargic pattern. There was this large billboard in Bengal that said, Bangali Jago. It said, Bangali Jago. Ekta dushtu chele niche likhe diyechilo, kacha ghum bhangiyo na. You see? Yeah. So please keep in mind, we need to wake up. It's about time. We do not want to lose our identity. We are definitely poets and very artistic people, but we need to lend more to ourselves in terms of how we look after our health. Okay? So I think we need to look at that.
Samir?
Yes.
তোমার একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল?
হ্যাঁ, Arthur, the issue that you said about squats, due to my knee problem, when I go for squats, I feel the imbalance in my body. It's like I'm putting more pressure on the healthy leg and less on the one that I have problem. Because when I go for squats, it creates a lot of pain in my knee. And that's why automatically my body tends to move the pressure to the right side. So what can I do for that?
Samuel, this would require a separate session with you, which I'll actually show you specifically, because I'm dealing with somebody with your issue right now, a client of mine who has one leg shorter than the other. Okay? And he has the same issue. He has had an accident and he's having that kind of a problem. I'm actually treating him and he's getting very good results. Okay? So I can only ask you if you can have a little session. I can have a little session with you one-on-one on a WhatsApp call or something, because we need to take this further. This session is not going to be the end all of things. If any of you have any personal queries and you're unable to share it over here, I can only ask you to come to me on a personal basis and we can talk about it, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the way we like to take it forth. For the moment, I'm going to take you down into this. I'm going to ask one of my trainers to show you stuff with the resistance band or stuff that you can do at home without needing any help. And this is all available online at a very cheap cost. You can also get it from BODYLINE Fitness. Yeah. So I'm going to take you into the space. Just one sec. As you can see, there are a lot of people working out here. Shubro.
Walking into a gym gives a feeling that everybody is so united with the mission, and the music that plays. আমি একটু মাঝখানে জিমে যাওয়াই বন্ধ করে দিয়েছিলাম, but again I'm going to Karma and I just started.
Okay, Shubro, I have one of my trainers here who's going to kind of demonstrate to you a few things that you can do with the band. Okay, so that's Shubro. Hi, Shubro. Say hi to them.
All of us from the stream right now, so that we get a better view of what is being seen on the screen. Or can you all see it?
Okay, so here, as you see, what Shubro is doing with the band is he's doing an overhead kind of an atlas squat. Okay. Right. So what he's doing is, as he's going down, he's also spreading the band. And can you see? Can everybody see? Roopsha?
Yes. If you can see, just give a thumbs up.
Yeah. Okay. So that's, as you can see, he's spreading that band as he goes down. The alignment is at ponytail, which is just here. The alignment of his hands is at ponytail, as you can see. And he's going to squat down with it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Besides doing that, you can also work your arms with this band. Put it under your legs, the band, and just show us a bicep curl. How would you do a bicep curl with this band? A very simple exercise that can be done at home. Yeah. So as you can see, this is what he's doing. He's got his hands and elbows tucked into his obliques. Yeah. And he is raising the band up and down. Is that visible? Yeah. Yeah. So as you can see, it's under his feet. The band is under his feet, and he's holding it and curling to work his arms. Okay. Similarly, this band can be used if it is, just one sec, take it off. Yeah, so this band, just take it off, give it to Koshi, give it to Dholo. So if you put it into an immovable piece of furniture, who will hold one side? Or you want to work with a partner, you can work where you can use it for your back. So he's going to do a row, and he's rowing it. Okay, sit in a squat, half squat. Okay, so row up to your chest. Yeah. So as you can see, so you can attach it to a immovable piece of furniture or your veranda grill, and you can get this kind of an effect. Yeah. Is that making sense? Can I see a thumbs up if you understood? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So three basic exercises. If you can put it behind your heels, you can get it working your triceps. Just show how you do a tricep extension with it. Get it under your heels and behind your head into a tricep extension. Okay. To the other question. Make sense? Yes? Yeah. So basically working the arms again here in a tricep extension. Yeah. The same thing when you attach it to a higher level. Come here. Let's just put it there and show them. Okay, quite easy. Thank you. Coach, bus, yeah, come here. Come here. Just attach it there and do your kneeling down for your ab crunch. Okay. Yeah, just put it there and kneeling down. Do an ab crunch. Kneeling down ab crunch. Okay. So what he's doing is, as you can see, he's attached it to a movable piece of an immovable object, and he's just using his abs and crunching over. Can you see?
Can you just take the phone a little closer to him?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
perfect.
Is it visible? Yeah.
It's
so what
perfect.
he's doing is he's got it. Yeah. So he's kneeling down and he's doing a ab crunch. Yeah. Yeah. So there's various things that we can do with this. Is also yeah. So do a face pull. Just show. Yeah. Yeah. Put it there. So many things. Many of you have rounded shoulders. Okay. When I say rounded shoulders, I mean you have shoulders that are slouched. Okay. You'll have a family member who possibly has it too. Now for that, we basically need to strengthen our scapular muscles, which is behind our backs. Okay. So this is what we need to strengthen. So he's got it attached up there at a higher level, and he's going to pull. And this is called a face pull. It's called a face pull. It comes almost at level with your forehead or your eye level. Okay. So that's what's called a face pull. It's basically strengthening these scapular muscles at the back here. Understood? Yeah? Okay. Besides the band, I would like to show you some very basic other exercises which you can do at home. And many of you have spoken about doing a lot of freehand exercises. This is a basic squat. Show me a basic squat, Shubhra. So a basic squat would be, can you see? So your legs are shoulder width apart. Your legs are shoulder width apart. You're taking a deep breath in, holding the breath, coming up and releasing. Any doubt about this? Yes. You want to ask something? Please ask.
Yeah, Arthur, what about people like me who have a knee issue? I cannot do any
Yeah, so that's what I will deal with you specifically on a separate video. This is a very basic, this is a generic thing that I'm showing you here, but I will deal with you for your specific issue separately. Yeah.
Right.
So,
thank you, Arthur.
anything else that you would like? Yeah. So some very basic for the guys, very basic strength building exercise, even for the women, is the push-up. You've heard of the push-up? Yeah. Yeah. So just see.
Arthur, can you show some variations of squat, pistol squat or other squats?
Yes. Yeah. I will show you. Just see. This is the basic. Can you see? So I hope I'm getting it. Am I getting the whole thing? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's a basic push-up. Yeah. You asked me for the variation of squats. There's various variations for squats where we can show you. Come here. So we have something called a closed foot squat, which is a raised heel closed foot squat. Okay, which actually goes to help your hamstrings, also the tendons of your knees. Okay, so this is what he's doing. Have a look. His legs are together for this one, not shoulder width apart. Okay, back is straighter, not leaning forward. Yeah. So heels are raised, and it's basically helping our quadriceps. This one. For more specific exercises, you also mentioned the pistol, but why? That is a unilateral exercise which you go down on one leg. Okay. Who asked me that question for the pistol squat? Yeah. Okay. So the pistol squat is a unilateral exercise which you go down on. Basically go down on one leg for. Okay. So you need, many of you will need a balancing equipment to do it, and it's not for everybody to do depending on what you need to do. Okay. So you need to go right down and up. You need to go right down and up. Okay. So it's right down and up. Okay. So it's a single leg unilateral exercise depending on your needs. So don't always attempt certain things that you may not need depending on what is your requirement. And besides that, what else can I show?
Can you just show us one for the upper arm? Because I think a lot of us, we're trying to reduce.
So we have, yeah, I'll show you. So we have the shoulder press. Put it under your legs again. So we have the shoulder press that he will show you. Okay, he's putting it under his feet. Yeah. And above his shoulders and pressing. Can you see? With elbows, bring it down to your, bring it down to your chest, front press. So, yeah, can you see? So what is he working? He's working his shoulders. Many of you have frozen shoulders, right? Normally, yeah, how many of you have a frozen shoulder problem? That's a specific requirement. I will tell you exactly how to go about that. There are various issues. So you take a band like this. Take it off. Take it off your leg. Okay. Hold the band behind like we hold the towel. One side behind. Like if you were wiping your back, how would you hold the towel? Okay. Hold it behind your back and pull. So pull this other hand down. Twist it on the other hand and pull down with the band. So you actually Bend this, bend this, bend this, bend. So pulling this will actually help you bend the other shoulder.
You know, Arthur, what I feel is that this is such a thing that আমার তো দেখেই মনে হচ্ছে আমার রোগা লাগছে নিজেকে, মানে while others are doing it, I'm feeling excited and fit. So why like we have a plan of doing a boot camp with Arthur at Lake Calcutta, but now that
before we go into the room, I'm just going to ask you to, so Shubro is one of our trainers, so thank him, please. Thank you, Shubro.
Thank you so much, Shubro.
Thank you so much, Shubro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shubro.
So
while you're sitting down, I had this one request, is that this thing that we saw, it gives us, I think, can I ask এখানে যারা আছো তোমরা কি চাইবে যদি আমরা boot camp করি with Arthur on a prefixed date, wherein he will give us some jugaad যে এটা বাড়িতে ready রাখো, this is the 5 kilo suitcase we need, this is a bag. So Arthur, if you are ready, we can plan boot camp.
Absolutely, we can do that. Just that this is only a kind of a drop in the ocean as to what I've shown you. Varun, Varun, what are you eating?
Varun is eating.
I have a question.
Vegetable.
Arthur, so even if we do a boot camp, Roopsha, the requirement will vary individual to somebody might be on a basic to start off with. Somebody might already have done all of these and have come to a certain stage and needs a little more or maybe much more variants. Okay. So I don't know how will this boot camp will help us.
No, so initially I think each of you have to be on a one-on-one with me. Okay. So initially it will be a one-on-one kind of thing. Besides which, I would also share with you certain videos which are more generic to everyone. Okay. So exercises that all of us can do, those videos will be shared through Roopsha with you. Yeah. So Roopsha, that would make a little capsule of videos that can be shared, not just for weight loss, but for the various things I've discussed in terms of strength and keeping the basic hypertrophy intact. Yeah.
Right.
Does that make sense? Yeah. And then for your specific needs, like for those who have diabetes, for those who have a thyroid problem, for those who have a PCOD issue, there may be somebody in the family who has a polycystic issue. Okay. So there could be various issues that you have. There could be an issue where it could be something you can't discuss in this forum right now. You can feel free to discuss it with me. It could be a male issue, a female issue. Okay. It could be anything. We can always discuss it. And there's a way of working around it that does not need medicine sometimes. And let us approach that way is what I'm saying. Okay. Let us approach that way. There's a way we can approach this. Yeah.
Okay. So what we can do is like just a little wrap. আমরা যেটা করতে পারি, we can organize boot camps specific to the cause. So we will organize a boot camp with people with knee issues. We will have with diabetes. So we will schedule that. We will share everything on the group and সেভাবেই register করবে লোকজন যারা ওই ক্যাটাগরিতে ফল করে. So advanced, beginner, we will have boot camps every month, planned in a way wherein you know which boot camp you want to attend, because this is exclusive to the Motivate group. This live stream, সবাই দেখতে পাচ্ছে, but interaction is only for the group which is motivating and inspiring each other. So is that okay with you all? Is that okay as a plan? And digitally also some people are giving us. So Shayok is an inspirer who has already started hitting the gym at Karma in Calcutta. We have friends from Thailand who have sent us good afternoon and hello. So as we can see that this Sunday is wrapping up, I had told Arthur, we would need just 45 minutes of your time if you allow. But it seems we want to take Arthur home, each one of us. I want to.
Yeah. So just to wrap this up a bit,
yes.
Do I have a 3 minute or 5 minutes more with you?
Yes. Yeah? So maybe we'll wrap it up in the next 5 minutes.
Okay. So just keep in mind that I'm not asking you to remove any food group from your diet. Don't remove any food group. Okay. So a lot of people you'll hear saying, don't eat carbs. Yes. Refined carbs, after a while, are not good for you. Okay, so good carbohydrates are definitely required by the body. Okay, so just keep in mind that we need not take away any food group from our meals. We basically need to go on a calorie deficit. What is a calorie deficit? I will just work more than I consume. I will expend more energy and burn more calories than I consume. Is that clear? So whether it be through our NEAT or through our workout patterns, and please ensure that this whole thing is a family endeavor. It can't be about you alone. It needs to be the family who's also getting up every morning. I have two daughters. I tell them just one thing. They have to earn their breakfast. They have to earn their breakfast. They have to earn their meals. What do I mean by that? I mean you need to activate yourself before sitting at the table. So you burn, then you consume. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. So just keep in mind these aspects even for our children, because if you notice, and I don't know how many of you have actually noticed this, when we were back in school, we had a lot of activities. We had huge playgrounds, and we would play a lot in various sports. Today's kids are not getting that kind of sporting channel. They are more or less stuck with their studies right from class 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and they are stuck trying to compete in various competitive exams. And what happens to them, if you go to any school, you'll find the little girls, they are obese, little boys, obese. And mind you, we as parents need to look at this aspect, because we are being criminal when we actually let them order on Swiggy and let them have that pizza and let them have that stuff which is junk food. Please limit the amount of junk that you bring into your home, including the amount of plastic that you bring into your home. So the amount of, please throw away today. Let this be a defining moment where we are going to throw away all plastic from home, including our Tupperware. Nothing that is plastic needs to be put into our microwaves. The Americans, sorry, have made it a point that Tupperware, put it into your microwave and it's going to be great food. No, it's carcinogenic. So let's not think that cancer can't hit me. Cancer can hit me if I'm not doing the correct things. Let us not be surprised by the fact that plastic is not a good storage equipment for water or any other food. Start using glass and metal. Please start using glass bottles and metal bottles, stainless steel, or whatever you have that is easily acquired in the marketplace. Yeah, does that make sense? Because we are basically getting all that polycarbons into our food, and that's not good for us. Plastic basically is coming from petroleum. We know that, right? And that's not good for our bodies, very clearly.
Well, thank you very much. আমি অনুরোধ করবো যারা আমাদের সাথে লাইভ স্ট্রিমে আছো, if you all share your feedback, how you enjoyed, because Motivate 2021 is a journey that started with me, but it will only happen if all of us motivate each other and local group তৈরি করি। মানে এই যে কলকাতাতে একটা ছোট্ট গ্রুপ আমরা এখন কর্মা যাওয়া শুরু করেছি, would request যে যেখানে রয়েছো to form at least a small group of 1, 2, 3 friends who will push you. Make that little WhatsApp group, share your timing. That's how we are trying. And tomaderke request korbo, and this day today, if you liked it, a message from Arthur to all. And if anybody wants to say anything before we wrap up, please. Anybody wants to say anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoma?
Yeah, so this was definitely very helpful. I think I need more sessions with Arthur on the diet part of it, because that's something which is always very intriguing. Okay, so I keep on, so most of our knowledge is acquired from internet, as you rightly said, Arthur, from Google and all the internet forums, but definitely that is not complete and that is not right. Okay, but we, and most of the questions are around diet. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Is this right or wrong? So I think I already have a lot of questions, and I need to catch up with you and Roopsha some other time. Thank you, Arthur.
Right. So if somebody wants to bring, we as an Indian with our culture, we have people who come over to our house. When their guests come over, they bring sweets, don't they? They bring a box of pastries or sweets or something, and they like to spoil you with sweets. They think that yeah. So we need to look at this one aspect. So one dictum that I've set in my house: anybody coming and wanting to give me sweets, I say not sweets. I want mixed fruits, dry fruits. If you want to be good with me, give me dry fruits.
I also have something similar. So I do not allow carbonated drinks into my house. No kind of Pepsi, Coke, anything. And if anybody
Excellent.
drinks, I ask them to take it away. So there is
Excellent.
no carb. Even with my rum, even I mood for to have a drink of rum or something, I do not have a Coke along with that. Just have warm water. So
Very good.
no carbonated.
Very good.
I think
So
now this is getting very personal with a lot of discussions happening, and we need to conclude because it's a Sunday afternoon family time. Now that we are motivated and we need to get back to our respective family, I thought Arthur bolbe kyun mishti niye ashte, ami bolbi shut up and squat. That's what I thought Arthur would say.
I'm going to ask you to put your right hand in the air. Put your right hand up. Put your right hand up above your head. Okay. All of you who are part of this, yes, the lady, yeah. So, and when I say 1, 2, 3, you're going to go yes. And what is the yes for? That we are going to evolve to another page. We're going to change our lifestyle with a few biohacks, few tweaks, and going to change, okay? So when I say 1, 2, 3, you go yes. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Yes. Good. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Good.
Thank
So
you
let's
very
make
much.
this.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you,
And we will have
Thank
to
you,
continue
Arthur.
this
It has
further.
been a great session.
Thank you. Thank you.
And everybody, please share your feedback in the group. Post it in the Motivate group. You don't have to make it like an overall social media, knowing everything in life. We need to know what is private, what is personal, what is social. I hope if we can just do something positive together, world is a better place any day. Okay,
Yeah,
Samir.
just keep in mind that, you need to come back to us with your feedback. Yes, come back to us with your feedback. We just be here to help you and take this small step that we made much further than we actually done today. Okay? Yeah, so feel free to come to me on a personal level. I'm more than willing to help you. Yeah? And please do your karma. Do your karma. Do your karma. Is all I have to say. Keep doing your karma. Yeah?
And
all the
Deepika
best.
Majumdar, you have to share your 25 kilo weight loss, which you have achieved in the last couple of years.
Of course, I will. So when Arthur was telling us about sweets, believe me, if I'm not supposed to be having sweet, and I really have an urge, I go and take a dates. So I have the dry fruit, which is dates. I just go and take one of them. So that satiates me. So that's my mithai. Even if it's once a week or twice a week, that's what I do.
Those of you who have a UTI problem, a urinary tract infection problem, should try having dates and cranberry juice. These are the two things that are very good for any urinary tract infection.
I usually have walnuts
Keeping
at
your
home. If I
kidneys.
feel hungry, I just have a walnut.
Walnuts are fantastic testosterone booster.
And one day, Arthur, I definitely go for a water fasting. That means the entire 24 to 36 hours, I only drink water, nothing else, no food inside my body. So that's what I do.
That's a leaf out of our Vedas. That's a leaf out of our Vedas. Yes. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this.
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And everybody, thank you, friends. Let's keep motivating and let's keep this fire on. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So while everybody is saying bye to the other, promising to lift each other up and create a better world, Amar mone hoy, when we achieve our goals, we should indulge and buy the things that we want. Amar a particular set. And I'm not saying it because I want to say it just like that. Senco Everlight collection acta set ami Dhanterase dekhechi, and that kind of has blown me away, and I have to show it to you. Nature by Everlight, don't take me lightly, সেটাই বলছে Senco Golden Diamonds. For everybody watching, I know আমাদের আজকে লাইভটা বেশ লম্বা হয়ে গেল, বাট তাও তো মনে হলো কোনো কথাই হলো না। This is just the beginning, my friend, and নতুন বছর আসছে, নববর্ষ এসেই গেল। নতুন বছরে আরো একবার হই হই করে সবাই যদি একসাথে এক হই একটি লক্ষ্যে পৌঁছানোর উদ্দেশ্যে, we will make it. And thank you very much to Apollo Gleneagles Hospital, Kolkata, Senco Golden Diamonds, RG Cellulars, the tech partner, এই যে ল্যাপটপ থেকে পুরো ব্যাপারটা আমাদের চলছে, এই যে হাতে আমার ফোনই যখন মন, পুরোটাই RG Cellulars. আন্তরিক ধন্যবাদ to Karma Fitness and BODYLINE Sports. Without your support, it would have been not possible. আন্তরিক ধন্যবাদ জানাই সকলকে যারা আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন। সবাই খুব ভালো থেকো, সুস্থ থেকো, সঙ্গে থেকো, and let's not forget to motivate, let's not forget to inspire. যারা লুজ করতে চাও, তোমাদের কিলো এবং প্লেজ করতে চাও, just join the Facebook group, share your story, just inspire and let us lose to win. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday. Tata, take care.